In this lecture we will talk about snapshot testing, a very easy to implement method of testing, but you will see it has some major drawbacks. In order to implement snapshot testing inside our test, in order to illustrate this, I have a simple post component that we saw before inside this course, and let's say we want to create some snapshots for it. Fairly simple. I've created a new test file. I will write a describe and an initial test. This is the initial test. What we need, first of all, we need our simple post. So I will import it. From our simple post, we need our simple post, and we need the render method from React testing library. And just as we did before, first of all, we will call the render function, and I will save this result to a constant. So I will say const rendered is render and then our component. And we want to put right here a simple post. This component has some properties like some content, a simple content. And now we are ready to implement a snapshot test for this component. We can do it fairly easy with Vitest and React and Jest. Basically, our method comes from the render result. So here I can make an assertion and I can expect that our rendered result, and we have the option to call the asFragment method. And this will basically return us the rendered component, and we have the matcher to match snapshot. This is the one. I will save this and let me now execute this code, and you will see why this is interesting. I will execute this test, and this is interesting. If we look at the console message, you will see that it tells us that it has now one snapshot written. So this basically, the first time we run this test, all it did, it was to create a physical snapshot of the output of our code. If I will open this generated snapshots folder right here, you'll see we have a test.snap, and this contains the rendered HTML from our component. Now, if I will run the test again, it will simply read the snap. So let me run the test again. This time the test passed, but we don't have any snapshot. Well, in a few words, we implemented a snapshot of our component. If, for example, now inside the component we are not careful, we add maybe another colon right here, and I will run the test. You will see now the snapshot test is failed, and I see the exact point where it was failed. If, for example, I want to change my implementation and I want it to leave it like this, then I have the option to rewrite or to update the snapshot. If I press U right now, it will rerun the test and it will update the snapshot. This was the way in which we can implement snapshot testing inside React. As you saw, it is very easy to implement, but it has some major drawbacks. When a test fails, you don't know why is that. It's because the logic is not correct, the snapshot is not correct, or a mix of both. In my experience, I'm using snapshot testing when I want to make a big refactor. You know, I do a snapshot of the system and then I'm able to make a refactor with ease of mind. But you can use snapshot testing in any way you prefer.